I'm about to go big. About to buy me some studio time.
So actually, gents, I have another style of video for you. You remember back then, I had shown you, I had done a video reacting on another guy talking about how iconic football boots have evolved over time. And the way kitambo ulikuwa ukiona hii boot unaiassociate with a certain player. Let's say something like the Hypervenom boots, Nike Hypervenom cleats. You would associate them with guys like Neymar, Ibrahimovic. Alafu kuna hii, I think that's a kind of superstition or something in the football world. Kuna some certain boots we associate them with midfielders. Certain boots we associate them with strikers. So what if that boots that we associate the strikers with, what if the defender wears it? From my side, bro, I feel too is superstition. Anyone can wear any boot per field as long as they are football cleats. Okay, so in today's video, bro, niko na idea. So because seka mimi, whenever I get time, I feel like football is my hobby. Nimekuwa nikicheza ama I'm not playing to go pro because nowadays tukuwe real, man. Tukiwa real sahi, practice I'm going to say it, chance ya mimi to make it to being pro is way less, even if I decide to dedicate the rest of my life. But I'm not trying to discourage anyone trying to make it pro. So in today's video, bro, I'm going to show you my boots. 10k, bro, 10k Kenyan shilling boots. We are going to start with the first one, bro. And don't mind them being dirty because jua manze kupata chance ya kuosha viatu ni noma. And I have some other reasons that I'm not going to give. So these ones from the other clip, I had already shown them to you. Hopefully you can see them. As you can see that logo, this one is by a company called, I think it's Lining or Lining, something of that sort. So this company, bro, is a Chinese company, I think. And for those football enthusiasts who know boots, some are into cleats, you know that the major football boots making companies, they are either European companies or American. And the American one we know, bro, it's Nike. Nika is one, dog. I don't know if Under Armour is American. I don't know, but many of them, they are either German, like Adidas. We also have Puma. We have many, Umbro. We have another one. Which other one? We have Skechers. I think maybe Skechers might be American, bro. So this is the first one, bro. So these ones, as you can see from down the lower part, these are trainers because they don't have those studs. Studs zile zenye zinatokea hapa chini. And in Kenya, as I said from that previous video, is that grao za huku mingi, especially these lower leagues, lower division leagues, they are not in good condition. They are rough. The terrain is rough. So having a new boot, even nilibai ilikuwa na those trainer studs, the smaller ones. They look like they had that extension. Unaona tire ikiwa mpya, the vehicle tires, they have the treads. So even this one was having the tread. Of course, you know, it gives you the friction, or ndio ukikanyaga chini usislide, you get me? But with time, about 2 months, iliisha because of the ground. So moving to the next one, bro. This one I bought them. Hii ilikuwa bei ni ya mtumba. Huku Kenya tunaita, we call it mtumba, buying second hand boots ama any type of clothes. That's number one. Let me move the earphones. So going on to the second one. So these ones now, na nimewaambia bro, msianze kuongea story za boots kuwa chafu ama ni. So these ones, as you can see, these ones are football cleats. These are not trainers. These are the real boots, dog. As you can see that logo, bro, these ones, they are the Adidas ones, bro. You can see that the 3 stripes from the side, the Adidas ones, dog. So these boots, I actually bought them The same way with the other ones, Nimtumba, so they were second hand. They were looking cool, bro. But the problem is that I think maybe the terrain or something, zilianza kucrack. You can see this portion here is somehow cracked. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. But you can see the logo, bro. These are original kicks, bro. And you can see even at the front, the 3 bolts. I think maybe they symbolize Adidas trademark. You can see even this one. These are tough. The problem now, the upper body ni ile ya kutoka. Alafu the inner one, it seems like the blanket material. You get me? But they served me. I didn't use them for so long. I think I used them for about, let's say 2 weeks. I think ni aspect ya kuwa second hand, and they were already at the verge of being destroyed or something of that sort. So, but they are still good, bro. They are solid because I played in training using them. Alafu nilicheza nazo for only 1 match. They are cool. So moving on to the next ones, bro. And I'm going to tell you at the end, bro, the company or the brand that I prefer for football cleats. So that's number 2. Moving on to the third, ladies and gentlemen, we have the goddess of victory, bro. Once again, these are trainers. Now, this is the part I was trying to tell you. You see, these are how you differentiate trainers from the cleats. The cleats have the biggest studs, but trainers have the small extensions at the bottom. And the trainers, bro, by the way, cleats, I'm a football boots lesson number 1 is knowing the type of boots. And the type of boots are categorized. Some of the boots are categorized based on the ground you are going to use the boots on. We have FG boots, that's farm ground ones. We have, is there TG armor? But this trainers one, they are basically preferred for tough ground. You know the tough? They are preferred there because if you use the boots for tough ground, you get some kind of injuries, bro, because they don't absorb that shock. You feel me? I think that's the correct reason. Mse mwenye anajua stories za boots, you can let us know in the comment section. So basically these are Nikes. You can see the tick and you can see the other tick upper at the front. And there's a classic, bro. Hizi because navaliwa zile times akina, I think Ronaldo Nazario, that's Samba Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. Some people might call him the real Ronaldo. Okay, but there's a tough, bro, black and white. There's a crazy. Moving on to the next one. We have Nikes again. These ones I already showed in the previous video. These are Nikes, but again, we have just like cars, dog. Tuko na Mazda, but kwa Mazda tena tuko na models. Okay, we have, is it called Atenza? Something of that sort. We have Atenza, we have Mazda Demio. So this line of the Nike cleats is called T90. You can see that this one here, this logo 90. I hope you can see it. These are T90s. They were popular back then. They were popular, dog. And I bought them because of this pink color. I thought that it would be cool. Pink color. But again, because of the ground, dog, ilianza kuharibika. You can see. Zinakaa zinaitishia chakula. These ones, actually in Kenya, because of the condition of the ground, when you buy boots, if your terrain is too harsh, kuna hii, I think now it's a cultural stuff in the football world in Kenya. Unapitisha uzi round so that to extend its service life, its lifespan. Ndio ikianza kuharibika, hii sole isitoke. When buying boots in Kenya, you look for several things. You look for boots that have the sole is intact. Haitoki unipata. There are such boots. Also the upper skin I would recommend this kind of skin. Actually, this kind of skin is good. You don't want the one like there's Adidas ones that I've showed earlier. You see, there's Adidas ones. You don't want such a skin because itaanza kutokana. So you want such a skin like this one, okay? But again, this one has also a disadvantage. You don't want the lower sole. You want an intact sole. I'm going to show you another boot if I find it with the intact sole. So there's are the Nikes T90s. And lastly, bro, I don't know if the stream is well. I'm seeing is kind of lagging on my side. Okay, lastly, we have the 90s. No, the Nikes, bro. The Nikes, bro. And these ones now, they are called the Nike Premiers, bro. Something interesting about these boots is that this material here, I think this one is the kangaroo leather. Anyway, the world is progressing from using animal products in boots or in making any type of clothes. I remember there were some jackets which used to be made using animal leather, but again, there is a group of vigilante people voicing the concern of misusing animal products. So brands are trying to get away from using animal products during the manufacturing of their goods. So this one I think is kangaroo leather. So these ones are Nike Premiers. As you can see, that name Nike Premier. Also on the side, Nike Premier. You can see the tick, the big Nike tick. You can see the tick right here, the green one at the top, and you can see the tank. By the way, this tank, nowadays most boots, they are getting away. They are trying to remove this stuff because nowadays ni kama haina use. So if you see, mostly if you find a boot with this tank, it's mostly a classic boot, zile za kitambo. Nowadays most boots don't have this one. And if they have it, you have an option of removing it. As you can see here, kuna vile wanakupea that joint whereby you can cut it. Like even you can plug it off using a bit of force. So something interesting about this boot is that they did not actually come with this sole. If you've noticed, nimefanyia a bit of modification hapa hivi. Vile nimewaambia in Kenya wasi wanashona around, okay? So these ones zilikuwa na another sole. I think vile zilitengenezwa likuwa na hiyo sole. The problem is that nilicheza game flani, you are playing huko South Sea, ile ground yenye iko nyuma ya highway secondary na karibu na police station ya South Sea. So when we were playing, hiyo ground ilikuwa mbaya, bro. Hiyo ground, the ground is made of clay soil. And I think ng'ombe zilikuwa zimepita hapo, so zikaacha the footsteps. So tena kukanyesha, the footsteps ikaacha mashimo, so ikakoke kakomba. So whenever you step on the ground, na hizo cleat, the original cleat, they were such that they had two layers. Kulikuwa na hizi zenye zilikuwa zinakaa zinaweza toka. So I played and they happened to be detached from the boot. So basically the sole was destroyed. I had to take the boots to a cobbler and instructed the cobbler to remove the lower sole and place this newer sole. And guess what, bro? It was a coincidence. Check this word. I don't know if you can read it. Can you see the word, bro? Yeah, it says victory. Do you know the meaning of Nike in full? Goddess of victory. Nike is a Greek word which stands for a god. That is goddess of victory. So it was a coincidence. I never planned with a cobbler or something of that sort. So this is a modification and it's serving me well. Nimetumia hizi boots could play only one friendly game. I think it was last week on Friday. We were having this game. Yeah, our class against another class in our school. Sadly, we ended up losing about 6-4. The good thing is that I scored. Another bad thing is that I wasted a lot of chances. I think I'm the one in our team that had the most chances. About maybe 4 other chances I would have scored. I only scored one from the corner. That's a header. Na vile mimi mfupi bro, bado niliscore header. It's not the first time. And again, I also, the last goal, our fourth goal, it happened that I was running from the right wing. Nikachenga huyo, how is he called? The left back. Kukimbia hivyo maze left back alikuwa ameanza kunikanyaga from afar. Ika happen, akanitega ndani ya box, tukapewa pena, and our guy ended up scoring. So the final score was 6-4. Anyway, next time, bro, I want a rematch with those guys. We are going to win. So, what are my favorite boots, or what is my favorite boot brand, bro? As much as I like these Nikes, right now I prefer the Adidas ones, bro. I prefer the Adidas ones. And you want to know why? I feel like Adidas has a sort of experience in making football boots compared to Nike. Nike, nimesoma the memoir of the founder, that's Phil Knight. And he started the company. They were having a bit of rival with Adidas, but Adidas came way earlier. Kitu inaweza pair to Nike is that Nike knows how to make clothes. Their clothing apparels ni dope, bro. Talking about Nike Techs and more. They are cool. But for me, bro, football-wise, I choose Adidas over Nike. Maybe one reason is that my favorite player is Messi, and Messi has a deal with Adidas. So that's one thing, but I just like Adidas, bro. I feel like it has way more experience in making boots. But generally, you just find good boots using the criteria that I've told you. Uangalie if the sole is intact, the upper layer has a material that is not haiharibiki haraka like this one. Don't choose a material like this one. Choose this one, and because they are getting away from that leather face, you can choose such a material. I think it's synthetic plastic or something of that sort. Anyway, boys, that's my football cleats collection.